Okay, I'm liking this. First of all, we get this crazy reveal. The first shot is Stray Kids looking at their goal. The essence of storytelling is a character pursuing a goal with obstacles in the way. Now, there's not too many obstacles right now, but there's a character looking at a goal. Boom, we're into the story. That's good directing and editing right there. We get a little quick thirst trap, and then we get to see our characters. And now, the next step is tactics. So how are we gonna get to that goal? How are they gonna climb the mountain? Let's see. Hi, my name is Jordan Orm. I'm a professional video editor for artists like these guys. Stray Kids keeps making bops. So let's watch it from a pro editor perspective. Go to a CCTV place and start typing on the computer. Okay, Felix, I see you. I'm just kidding, but it's actually what they're trying to do. So what is he actually putting on the computer here? That's what I want to know. There's different laws, it seems, in this area. When you start bathing, you get an important call. That's a bummer. I hope it's not the IRS. Anyway, the next law number 1025. Dude, these are not in order. When you line up, the other line is always faster. Ah, bro, this is like Murphy's Law. It's the worst. Murphy's Law is if something can happen that's bad, it will happen. And then the last law, which Felix is typing here, law number 801, is Stray Kids songs play on the street. Well, that's an awesome law. I can get behind that. I will vote for you, Felix. Ooh. What is happening here? Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I talked about Stray Kids, Chick Chick Boom, and we talked about cutting on action. Now they continue this. I'm sure this is a different director and editor, but they cut on action. We use a super nice clear frame of this lightning to get us into the scene after Felix is, raining on the city with his watering can. And look at the detail of this VFX, bro. They actually turn him into a skeleton. I love that. And there's a literal, it looks like a practical explosion behind him. Probably not real. I think these people would be in danger unless this is like paper. Sometimes in explosions, they literally just have paper flying everywhere because it's not gonna hurt anybody and it looks wild on camera. So maybe it could be that. Crazy, but right when he goes, whoo, that's when we decide to cut. We cut on action. And then look at the next cut here. Cut on action. And then right there when he throws his hand at the camera. Again, when you're editing and you see a performer make big motions, it's just so easy to cut because you see the beginning of the motion in the previous shot and then you finish the motion in the next shot and it flows, and even though it was filmed at different times, it just feels so good. That's why cutting on action is great. Okay, so it looks like Felix is somehow controlling the city from his little lair. That fire transition, and we actually get the truck in the background here. The truck is facing forward, wheels on fire, and then it kind of does a little skid to the side, and then it lines up with this car, sort of. But this is the truck that we were seeing. I really wish that they told Felix, all right, don't make it go to the side, just make it go straight, and then it would perfectly match cut with this car in the background. That would have been so good, but it was close. Still a great idea. Oh, the anticipation when a building falls from that POV. We had a few shots that had to have used a probe lens. A probe lens is this really long, skinny looking lens that can actually fit into small spaces and make small things look really huge. So in this video, the camera fits inside of this city. It's impossible to put a camera this small right here to get this POV, but you can complete this with a probe lens. Look how big his hand looks and compared to his face. And then I think they use it again here on this city chess scene when we create this anticipation of the building falling. This is an impossible shot to get without a probe lens. And they do it, they add some VFX to make it scarier. It falls towards the camera. We do a speed ramp where it's slow and then boom, and it falls into the chorus. It matches the music so well. Boom. And bro, the way that this works is right on that downbeat. You would expect there to be an explosion. You would expect something crazy. So what do we use to blend the shots together? Instead of there being an explosion in this shot, we actually just cut to the next shot with our boy being lit up by lightning. And so we have therefore an inherent cause and effect where the building is the cause and then an effect happens in a different shot. It's a great way to do match cuts.
Mountains, mountains, I walk up on the mountains. Ain't nobody stopping me, I'm walking like a titan. Mountains, mountains, I step up on the mountains. I'm following the crowd, the echoing surrounds. Just feel the air vibrating oh so loud. Mountains,
This is simple, bro. It's so simple, but so good. There's so many lessons we can learn. Okay, so as he's walking through this like line of NPCs, there's this weird shot right here where it looks like there's nothing happening. He's not looking at the lens, but he slowly exits the frame. So all we see is the NPCs pretty much. And then that allows us to cut to a new frame where there's just NPCs. It makes it smooth. And within the shot, we get to reveal our next guy and some lasers and some VFX guns, and then the lasers actually point at us. Look at this freaking frame, it's so bright. Whenever something is bright or something comes toward the screen, it almost makes us as viewers blink. We go, ah! That was so weird. It kind of freaks us out and we blink, and because of that, it makes the cut actually invisible because our eyes are distracted by that blink. So they use the lasers to point right back at the camera, freak us out, and then cut to the next shot with lightning. Two bright objects blending the shots together, making us blink. So good. And it matches that whoosh too. Another thing this editor is doing, which is awesome, they're slowing down the ends of shots. So they're doing speed ramps, but lots of times you slow it down and then you speed it back up. But all they're doing at the end of the shot, they slow it down to time the cut to be completely perfect. So the reason that this shot and this shot flows together is because of this tiny little flash right here, where the background gets lit up and that last frame. Wild. And they make that last frame land perfectly because they actually slow down the end of this shot. So they just hold on it, slow it down so that last frame is a flash, and then it blends better. That was the coolest part of the video, for sure. Let's talk about it. All right, so he's teleporting all over the place. This is pretty easy. Everybody knows how to do this. You set up the camera and then you can just use different parts of the frame and then it looks like he's kind of just jumping all over the place. But they actually do a couple simple VFX steps to make it look like he's actually teleporting instead of just jump cutting everything together. So we start him in his chair and all you have to do is rotoscope him out and then add a transform effect and zoom him super duper tiny and add motion blur. And when you do that, he just becomes this phantom motion blur piece. Super easy. And then you do the exact same thing with the other version of him. So he's cut out and getting scaled up at a crazy high rate with motion blur. And then you just get this aurora borealis. And then we just add some little sparkles around our rotoscoped boy. He fits in right there. The other thing that we're doing is we're adding a little bit of turbulent displace. I literally talked about this recently in the last XG video. So we're adding a little bit turbulent displace that warps the frame right around where he's teleporting, and that's how we get that done. And then when he comes super close, look at this, the entire frame gets turbulent displace and he gets zoomed in from this little tiny spot right here, and there he is. And then we can just cut to it. Super easy, anybody can do it in Premiere or probably any software. Try it out for yourself. Dude, it just matches so well too. Ooh, I love how the performance is actually in the background there. Okay, so it's and on that bum bum, either the set turns red or the editor turns everything red and uses that as the thing that blends the shots together. So I'm pretty sure it's the set. It maybe not. I'm not sure. Either way, you can actually turn everything red at any point if you want by just removing the red and green channels and just leaving the red channel with the RGB effect. And when you do that, therefore you've turned it from blue to red. You can cut to black, flash the frames on and off, and then start the next shot with red, and then everything just flows better because we have red blending everything together. So on every cut they do that. So my interpretation of this video so far, I've just been focusing on the editing, forgetting about their whole goal of reaching the mountain. So it looks like they are somehow controlling a city, kind of controlling the weather, what's going on, and they're just trying to get to the top of this mountain, kind of symbolizing their career, maybe K-pop. And all the black dudes, they're like, you're causing anarchy. The world is crazy and we just want to capture you and hold you down because you're doing too much. But they're like, nah fam, we're gonna reach the top of the mountain. And maybe the police are trying to reach the top of the mountain too. I don't know. Woo! So we had a huge riser and the music went, and that's one of the best times ever to do fast cuts. And the editor actually went ahead and utilized the police light uniforms to do that. So they're in the background, our boy dips down, turns to black, all we see is the police uniforms. Now there's permission for all hell to break loose with the flashes. So we have police uniform, just lights flashing all over the place, just random footage that's not even good, but they saved it for this moment just to create the effect. And especially this shot, it looks like they have maybe 2 or 3 frames, or maybe they're just chilling right here. The camera operator's like, all right, wait, we're gonna go. Camera operator's accidentally filming. And then the editor takes the shot, speeds it up like crazy, so it just looks like that, and their lights are just going crazy. And you match that with the riser. So good. And then we have some inverts on these shots too, so check it out. Lots of times editors just add white frames, but I honestly like inverts better because it sort of matches with the way the shot actually looks. It matches their form. Especially if the shot's dark, it still creates that white flashing effect, which just creates chaos. So this is the last chorus. Unleash all the chaos. We have white flashes lots of times on the boom, 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 boom. On that boom, boom, we're doing something. The editor's like, all right, I'm gonna accentuate that beat with something. So sometimes he does those inverts, which creates white flashes. And then coming up right here, 2 white flashes. They do it again. Right there, boom, ka. Boom, boom, ka. On that boom, boom, ka, we show B-roll of, I don't know, these little white dudes, these, not white dudes. They're clearly wearing black, Jordan. I don't know who they are. They're, I think, police. They kind of look like, I don't know, they're trying to climb the mountain. Maybe it's just like a representation of society, other K-pop groups, who knows. But we do 2 solo B-roll shots of them just trying to climb the mountains on that boom, boom, ka. So let's watch it one more time. Boom, boom. Right there, so good. Again, a little slow motion speed ramp. Oh! A little spin match cut? Yes, bro. Match the action to create a match cut. Right there. So we have our boy start to spin one way, cut to a new shot where he's already spinning. The continuity does not match, but this is a music video, so you can do whatever the frick you want. But this just looks satisfying. Ooh, that was a nice overhead shot. The way that the shot opens is so mysterious. All you see is just these shadows, these shapes. You're like upside down. You don't know what's going on. And then you get the satisfaction of seeing what happens. That's one of the best things you can do as editors. If you can find shots that have moments of change within them and just let the shot play out, you create satisfaction without having to edit at all. You just let the shot do what the shot was designed to do, which is create a question or create some kind of like weird feeling, and then you resolve it and you satisfy that feeling within the shot. And that happens right here. It's so fun to watch. All right, they're climbing the mountain. They're finally getting their goal. Okay, he's there. I wish we kind of saw that moment of like Boom, we hit our goal. We made it to the top because Felix was climbing and then our other boy was on the top. And I wish we could have just had that moment of satisfaction. Instead, we just cut to it. And it's a great shot, but we didn't get that satisfaction of reaching the goal as the audience. This is still a great video. It's so good. It's so angsty. There's something so angsty about it. Again, using that red transition. Did they use too much electricity controlling the city and then explode? What does that mean? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you want to learn how to become a professional editor, head to my website. Links in the description. I hope you learned something. God bless you. Peace.